Hey everybody, Ryan here. Alright, gonna go through all the games from February 11th, 2021. Alright, not a whole lot of new news, at least from the COVID perspective, other than Tomas Nosek from yesterday, which I talked about yesterday. I know Robin Leonard for Vegas came into the arena today, told them he wasn't feeling right, and left. Supposedly it's an upper body injury, not COVID. So they may just be saying that. I don't know. We'll find out more later. But that's where we're at now. So Marc-Andre Fleury is our starter for here on until Leonard's ready to go again. Alright. That's the biggest news really of the day. But here we go with... Oh, before we get started actually, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you for subscribing, and thank you all for watching one way or the other. But anyways, let's get started with the games for February 11th, 2021. First game of the day, Pittsburgh versus the Islanders on the anniversary of the big brawl from, oh god, what was that, 10 years ago now? 8, 9, 10 years ago? Something like that. I'll post a link in it if you feel interested in watching. It's not the best display of sportsmanship or hockey, that brawl. I mean, most of the brawls in the past, the big ones, were usually justified and usually pretty quick and over with pretty quickly. But that one was completely unnecessary, how far it went and how bad it got. It was a complete overreaction, honestly, but it is what it is. You get the one fight done out of the way, there you go, over with. But no, they kept pushing in that one, and it got to the point where people were just getting hurt for no freaking reason. And if you want to watch it, feel free. I will let you know people do get injured, so if you are averse to that, don't watch. But I am only going to link it. It's not going to be visible here, so we're going to keep going with this game from today. No fights from today, so yay for that, at least for them, I guess. Anyways, 5:39 into the first, Casey Cizikas scores his third of the year from Cal Clutterbuck and Ryan Pulock. That was an amazing goal. As Casey Cizikas has scored this goal, he basically had a defender from Pittsburgh wrapped around him, and he basically one-handed the puck, then got both hands on the stick while falling, went around, deked around the goalie, and scored. I remember watching it and saying to my family, that wasn't a talent goal because Casey Cizikas, no offense to him, he doesn't have that kind of talent. That was just a hard-working goal. He worked his butt off to get that goal, and he did. And it was beautiful. Respect to him for that one. 11:47 into the first, Brian Rust ties the game with his third of the year from Jake Guentzel and Sidney Crosby. 16:40 into the first, Jean-Gabriel Pageau's second of the year, beautiful deflection on the power play for Nick Leddy and Josh Bailey. Makes it 2-1 the Islanders at that point. Second period, Zach Aston-Reese scores, brings it around from behind the net and shoots it in from Teddy Bluger and Brandon Tanev. That is Aston-Reese's first of the year. Then 13:35 into the third, Matthew Barzal scores his fifth unassisted. I'm sure they believe that'd be the game winner at that point. No! 19:42 into the third, 18 seconds left in the game. Evgeny Malkin scores his third from Chris Letang and Brian Rust to tie the game. No scoring in overtime, shootout. There was no goals other than the one Sidney Crosby scored, which was the shootout winning goal. So there you go. Pittsburgh wins 4-3 in shootout. And by the way, I forgot to mention it yesterday, they have a new GM that would be Ron Hextall, which if you are a Pittsburgh or a Flyers fan, you're saying, what the heck is happening here that the Flyers' great goalie and former GM is now the Pittsburgh Penguins GM. A job's a job, but it still is weird to see Hextall working for Pittsburgh. I don't care if you're a fan of the two, you know how much hate there is, it's weird. But hopefully he does a great job for him, because you know what, I always liked Ron Hextall. I always felt bad that guy never won a Stanley Cup. So hopefully he can get one. soonish. I don't know if they will anytime soon with Pittsburgh, no offense. They're going to have to rebuild here pretty quick, I have a feeling. But they also hired Brian Burke as their new president and CEO, I believe. Or is it just team president? I think it's just team president. But that's a good addition too. It's going to be unfortunate to see him leaving the Sportsnet commentary team between periods, because he's one of those guys that does not give you BS. He says it how it is, so it's kind of nice to see. Unfortunately, gonna miss the guy. Alright, onwards we go. 35 shots on goal, 29 in favor of Pittsburgh. 56-46 in the faceoff dot for the Islanders. Pittsburgh 0 for 1 on the power play. Islanders 1 for 1. Penalty minutes 2 each. Hits 29-23 in favor of Pittsburgh. Blocks 20-14 in favor of the Islanders. And giveaways 13-7 in favor of the Islanders. Islanders at 13. Goalies Casey DeSmith, 26 saves, 897 save percentage for the win. Sergei Varlamov. Wait, is it Sergei? Why am I drawing a blank on Varlamov's first name? Well, Varlamov's 32 saves, 914 save percentage. Not good enough for the win, unfortunately, but a better save percentage than the winning goalie. And on to Tampa versus Florida. Alright, this one had the only fight of the evening, amazingly, with all the games we had. I can't believe that this was the only fight, but it was. 16:39 into the first, Ryan Lomberg fought Barclay Goodrow. But before that, at 8:56 of the first, Frank Vatrano scores his second of the year for Florida for Owen Tippett and Eetu Luostarinen. I haven't said his name in a while, but it's good to see him back on the score sheet. 8:31 into his second, Alex Wemberg's third from Jonathan Huberdeau and Patrick Hornquist. Then at 10:55, Tampa brings it within one. Braden Point's fifth on the power play from Andre Palat and Victor Hedman. Then it kind of goes off the rails for Tampa at this point. 12:54 into the second, Aaron Ekblad's fourth on the power play from Keith Yandel, Alexander Barkov. Then at 14:55, Carter Verhaeghe, his seventh of the year, first against his former team, from Alex Wemberg and Aaron Ekblad. Then at 54 seconds into the third, Braden Point's sixth on the power play from Victor Hedman and Andrei Vasilevsky brings it to within two. But Florida would expand with an empty net goal, Brett Connolly's first of the year from Mackenzie Weegar, making it 5-2 Florida for the win. And I will be the first to admit, I think I may have been wrong about Florida. They have looked amazingly good so far this year, and they just embarrassed probably the best team in the league. But the best team in the league is now missing Steven Stamkos as well as Nikita Kucherov. So it may have been different with those two. We'll never know. But it doesn't matter, because if they're injured not playing, it doesn't make a difference, because the team they played is the team they played. So Florida looking dang good right now, I gotta say. We'll see how the next game goes. Maybe Tampa gets them back, but we'll see. Florida outshot Tampa 29-21. Outdid Tampa in the faceoff dot 60-40. Tampa did better in the power play, 2 for 3 for them and 1 for 3 for Florida. Both teams 13 penalty minutes. Hits were 44-39 in favor of Florida. As you can tell from the hitting, a lot of hate between these two, or just a cross-state rivalry. Blocks 11 each and giveaways 9-5. Tampa won 9. Vasilevsky 24 saves, 857 save percentage for a loss. Honestly, probably his worst game of the year, which is saying a lot. Bobrovsky 19 saves, 905 save percentage. Alright, on to Columbus versus Chicago. And this one was just a shooting fest. 6-5 Columbus wins. Scoring began in the first period, 12:10 in. Cam Atkinson's fourth of the year shorthanded goal for Nick Foligno. Oh, I wanted to mention, Patrick Laine is playing in this game. He did not get benched for this whole game. And they announced why, well, I don't know if they announced, but it was leaked as to why he got benched the rest of the last game. It was because he mouthed off to an assistant coach. That's a no-no. So he got benched for that. It wasn't for his play. They did say that he could have been better on that one play, but that wasn't the reason he was benched. Now you know. Now we all know. Over and done with. Moving on, as they said. 21 seconds into the second period, Ian Mitchell scores the first of his career from David Kampf and Matthew Highmore to tie the game. Congratulations to Ian Mitchell. 1:17 into the second period, Nicholas Boudin, I think is how they said it? Yeah, Boudin, scored his first of his career. That's 2 straight first career goals for Chicago players from Nikita Zadorov and Alex DeBrincat. Congratulations to him. That makes it 2-1 at that point. Then 13:30 of the second, Pius Suter scores his 6th from Patrick Kane and Nicholas Boudin. And look at that, 2-point game for Boudin. Then at 18 minutes into the second, Jack Roslovic scores his 3rd on the power play from Max Domi and Seth Jones, making it 3-2. 29 seconds into the third, Patrick Kane makes a 2-goal game again. His 7th of the year on the power play from Alex DeBrincat. That's 6:39 of the third. This is when it starts going crazy in favor of Columbus. 6:39, Boone Jenner's 4th on the power play from Cam Atkinson and Kevin Stenlund. Then at 7:59, they tie the game. Jack Roslovic's 2nd of the game, 4th of the year, from Cam Atkinson and Patrick Laine. See, Laine with an assist. Look at that. Then at 13:05, Alex DeBrincat makes it a 1-goal Chicago lead again, his 7th of the year from Patrick Kane and Madison Bowie. At 17:19, Michael Del Zotto ties the game with his 1st of the year from Cam Atkinson and Andrew Peak. At 18:46, Kevin Stenlund scores the game-winning goal, his 2nd of the year from Oliver Bjorkstrand and Michael Del Zotto. This was a crazy game, as you can tell. Boudin had a goal and an assist for Chicago. DeBrincat, let's see, a goal and 2 assists. Let's see. Zadorov, I think, had 2 points? No, Zadorov only had 1. Sorry. Patrick Kane had 1 assist. No, 2 assists, a goal and 2 assists. Boudin had a goal and an assist. Yeah, so Patrick Kane had a great game. Alex DeBrincat had a great game. Boudin had a great game. Then for Columbus, I think Atkinson had a goal and 3 assists. Great game for him, including a shorthanded goal for him. So that's always nice. Roslovic, 2 goals to make it 9 points on a 6-game point streak, I think it is. Let's see. Stenlund had a goal and assist. Michael Del Zotto a goal and assist. Nice to see him getting points this year. I felt bad for him last year with Anaheim. He deserved a better outcome than what he got. And that whole team was just terrible last year. Terrible. Alright, shots on goal. 43-26 in favor of Columbus. They dominated with the shots. Face-offs were 53-47 in favor of Chicago. I almost called him Carolina. Columbus 2 for 3 on the power play. Chicago 1 for 2. Penalty minutes 4 for Columbus, 6 for Chicago. Hits 37-32 in favor of Chicago. Blocks, Columbus. Blocks 14-11 in favor of Chicago. Giveaways 17-11 in favor, well, not in favor of, but Chicago with 17. Really not good, the amount of giveaways there. This was not a goalie's night. Korpisalo 21 saves for 808 save percentage. Oh, by the way, Elvis Merzlikins was taken off the IR today for Columbus, so I'd expect to see him starting next game. Kevin Lankinen had 37 saves for 860 save percentage. Still had an amazingly good night, even though he allowed 6 goals. So, moving on. Detroit versus Nashville. An old rivalry. Old division rivals until Detroit was moved to the East, the Eastern Conference. Now they're back in the same division again. First time in a while. So here we go. Nashville wins this one 3-2. Here's how it went. 14:58 into the first, Ryan Ellis scores his 2nd of the year for Nashville on the power play from Philip Forsberg and Roman Josi. 19:25 into the first, so just at the end of the period, Robbie Fabry scores his 3rd from Anthony Mantha and Philip Hronek. And at 19:19 of the second period, Matt Duchene scores his 3rd. I honestly didn't even realize he had 2 goals already on the year, so I am sorry. I said he had 0 goals previously. He now has 3. So, yay. Still not worth what they're paying him. Kalle Jarnkrok the assist along with Roman Josi. Then, less than 20 seconds later, at 19:33, Mark Stahl scores his second of the year for Detroit from Bobby Ryan and Vladislav Nemeshnikov, making it 2-2. So fairly even in the third period. It took to the 19-minute mark of the third. Dante Fabro gets his second from Luke Cunnin and Philip Forsberg. That's your winning goal right there. Alright, shots on goal. 26-23 in favor of Detroit. Face-offs 54-46 in favor of Nashville. Detroit 0 for 4 on the power play. Nashville 1 for 4. Both teams 8 penalty minutes. Hits 15-12 in favor of Nashville. Not a heavy hitting game by any stretch. We saw a few heavy hitting games today, but this is not one of them. Blocks were 16-14. Nashville was 16. And giveaways 6-5. Detroit was 6. Thomas Greiss got that win, but still can't get a consistent win here, unfortunately, for him. 20 saves, 870 save percentage. Pekka Rinne, 24 saves, 923 save percentage for the win. They announced today that Matthias Ekholm for Nashville is week to week due to personal reasons, but because they said that he had a baby the other day, I'm assuming it's because he wants to spend time with family, and he probably has to quarantine before he can come back anyways. So, there you go. Alright, on to North Division matchup between Ottawa and Winnipeg. I still wish they'd pay the money and just go with the previous Winnipeg Jets symbol. I like the old one better personally, but that's me. Anyways, scoring begins 8 seconds into the second period, so no scoring in the first between these two. 8 seconds into the second, Paul Stastny's third from Mason Appleton. Alright, yeah, Appleton. From Derek Forbert. Then at 7:53, Nikolai Ehlers ninth from Dylan DeMello and Kyle Connor. 19:33 into the second, Blake Wheeler's fourth on the power play from Paul Stastny and Josh Morrissey. Then at 2:58 of the third, Matthew Perreault makes it 4-0, his second of the year from Mark Scheifele and Trevor Lewis. Ottawa kills the shutout though. At 11:42, Josh Norris is third from Christian Woolinen and Austin Watson. Then at 13:45, Neil Pionk with a great from behind the net goal. He just swooped around, basically a wraparound, and scored. From Mark Scheifele and Nikolai Ehlers. That was Pionk's first of the year. And 5-1 is your final. So, the Nikolai Ehlers goal, number 9 of the year there, was technically the game-winning goal. And Ehlers had a goal and an assist tonight, giving him 16 points on the year. He's had a great start to the year, Ehlers, honestly. And Dubois has played now 2 games for Winnipeg. No points yet, but it has been a while since he played, so... And it's a new team, new system. Gotta get used to it before he probably gets going. But Paul Stastny probably feeling that pressure because he got knocked down third line center, is my guess. Got 2 points tonight. Goal and assist. Ehlers had goal and assist. Let's see, anybody else? Scheifele 2 assists. Yeah, that's all multi-point people right there. Josh Norris still leading rookies in points for Ottawa there. And then shots on goal. Ottawa outshot the heck out of Winnipeg. 42-26. Face-offs 52-48 in favor of Ottawa. Power play 0 for 2 for Ottawa, 1 for 2 for Winnipeg. 4 penalty minutes each. 22 hits for Ottawa and 19 for Winnipeg. Blocks 13-10 in favor of Winnipeg, and giveaways 12-9. Winnipeg with 12. I'll say this much, Hellebuck stood on his head because Winnipeg found ways to give Ottawa all the chances in the world. 12 giveaways. Yikes. Gave them 2 power plays, nothing. Let them outshoot them by almost double. Almost, not quite, but still. They lost in the face-off dot too. So, they gave him every chance in the world. Ottawa could not bury that puck until that third period. They got that one. Hellebuck had 41 saves, 976 save percentage for the win. And then Matt Murray started the game for Ottawa. Now Murray's looking like he did 4 games ago. 12 saves, 800 save percentage before he was pulled. Then Hogberg, 9 saves, 818 save percentage. Murray allowed 3, Hogberg 2 goals allowed. Alright, on to another North Division matchup between Edmonton and Montreal. Montreal's been on decline lately. Let's see, and Edmonton's been looking good. So let's see how this one goes. It did not go in Montreal's favor. Sorry, Canadian fan. You need to be worried about your team right now because I don't know what is happening with Montreal right now. They went from looking unbeatable to looking like they can't get a goal for the life of them. But anyways, this is how the scoring went. Jujar Kara, I think is how they said it on the feed. Jujar Kara scored his second from Josh Archibald and Tyler Enos. Second period, minute 27 in, Darnell Nurse's 6th of the year, unassisted. Then in the third, 4:44 in, Tyson Berry's third on the power play from Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. That's all you're scoring. 3-0 is your final. And it's not like Montreal didn't have chances. They outshot Edmonton 38-31. Edmonton beat them in the faceoff dot 55-45. Edmonton 1 for 3 on the power play. And Montreal 0 for 1. How does that work when you have at least one offsetting minor? How is it that Edmonton has 6 and they only have 1 power play? Yeah, that math doesn't work out. I'm going to have to check NHL.com on that one. But anyways, according to NHL.com, 8 penalty minutes to 6, Montreal with 8. Hits, 44-26, Montreal with 44. Blocks, 14-12, Edmonton with 14. Giveaways, 18-15, Montreal with 18. This was a giveaway machine game and surprisingly a 3-0 game. Well, Smith stood on his head for Edmonton. He made 38 saves for the shutout. He had a great game, looking good. This game was delayed by an hour because Jesse Puljujarvi for Edmonton was put on protocol, and Koskinen, also their normal goalie, was put on protocol as well. So they delayed the game by an hour to wait for test results for other players. So we'll see how this goes with Edmonton. Maybe they get put on the protocol list and don't play for a week. We'll see. But as of right now, there's no cancellations of their games. Jake Allen for Montreal, 28 saves, 903 save percentage for a loss. It really wasn't Allen's fault. He had a good game. It's just they couldn't score in front of him. Smith just looked amazingly good in this game. So that's how it goes sometimes. Hopefully Montreal comes back in the next game. Anyways, on to Dallas versus Carolina. And Carolina is evidently Dallas's kryptonite because they cannot do anything to this team, it seems like. What is this, 3 straight games? They've lost all 3. Yeesh. I mean, Carolina's a good team, but Dallas is too. And with the start they had to the year, you think Dallas would be have more of a fight than they have, really. I mean, they've been good games, don't get me wrong, close games, but Carolina just has their number this year, evidently. Alright, scoring began 16:01 into the first. Sebastian Aho's third on the power play from Jordan Staal and Vincent Trocheck. Second period, 5:16 in, Mark Pysyk scores his first of the year to tie the game from Jason Robertson and Dennis Garyanov for Dallas. 30 seconds later exactly, Jordan Staal scores his third from Andrei Svechnikov and Brett Pesce to make it 2-1 again. 8:25 into the second, Roope Hintz's fifth for Dennis Garyanov and Jason Robertson to tie the game again. Then 11:28 into the second, Joe Pavelski's 8th on the power play from John Klingberg and Miro Heiskanen. Look at that, Joe Pavelski with another power play goal. And at 19:33, Brock McGinn scores his 5th from Brett Pesce to tie the game 3-3 going into the third period. 3:58 into the third, Nino Niederreiter scores his 6th from Dougie Hamilton and Vincent Trocheck to make it 4-3, and that would end up being the game-winning goal. Because at 19:06, they had an empty netter, Warren Fogel's 3rd from Sebastian Aho. Like I said, there's something about Carolina Dallas just cannot solve. So, we'll see next game, because they should play one more, I think, before, and we'll see how it goes. 37-32, the shots on goal in favor of Dallas. 53-47, the faceoffs in favor of Carolina. Carolina 1 for 3 on the power play. Dallas 1 for 5. that deadly power play to start the season has really gone lately. Just gone lately. Penalty minutes 10-6, Carolina with 10. Hits 39-19. Dallas was throwing the body heavy today. Out-hit them by 20 hits. Blocks 17-11 in favor of Carolina, and giveaways 13 each. Goalies, James Reimer had 34 saves, 919 save percentage for the win. And Anton Khudobin, like I told you last time Dallas played, I told you Khudobin would start this game. Had 27 saves, 871 save percentage. Didn't look too sharp, but didn't have that bad of a game either. So hopefully Dallas can figure it out here pretty quick, because they really need to. You can't have bad streaks in this shortened season. Alright, on to Calgary versus Vancouver. Another North Division matchup and another rivalry. Alright, Calgary begins the scoring 18:35 into the first. Mark Giordano second from Sean Monahan and Elias Lindholm. Then at 6:31 in the second, Brock Besser ties the game at that point with his 9th of the year from Elias Pettersson. It was a great goal. Pettersson shot on the puck, he went up the wing. Initial shot did not go in. He stood there by himself with a Calgary defender just staring at him. And he just stood there looking for the puck, found it, shot it in. What? I was watching, I'm like, what is the Calgary defender doing just looking at him? Take him freaking down at that point, or push him out of the way. You can't just let him stand there looking for the puck. What was that? Anyways, it didn't matter in the long run, because at 14:31 in the second, Andrew Mangiapane scores his 4th of the year on the power play for Mark Giordano and Juuso Välimäki. Then at 5:58 of the third, Johnny Gaudreau gets his 8th from Sean Monahan to make a 2-goal lead and seal the deal. 3-1, Calgary wins. Andrew Mangiapane's goal would end up being the game winner. Vancouver did outshoot Calgary, 34-26. Not a huge number they outshot by, but they did outshoot them. Calgary won the faceoff dot though, 57-43. Calgary was 0 for 3 on the power play, and Vancouver 0 for 4. Why does Mangiapane's goal say power play goal? Oh, because NHL.com said it was for some reason. Don't understand why. Maybe they corrected it and I just didn't see it after I'd written it. 10 minutes in penalties for Calgary, 8 for Vancouver, and see, that's where it's off again too. Gosh dang it, NHL.com. Messing me up. Hits 21-12 in favor of Calgary, blocks 10-8 in favor of Calgary, giveaways 5-3, Vancouver 5. Jakob Markstrom, this is his first game back in Vancouver since he signed with Calgary. Had 33 saves, 971 save percentage for the win. And Thatcher Demko, 23 saves, 885 save percentage for the loss. Vancouver and your fans, I don't know what is going on with this team. They just cannot seem to score. They cannot seem to stop goals either when it matters most. So, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully they can right the ship, because I think they're dang close if they haven't already passed 10 regulation losses at this point. They are going to be hard-pressed to get back into this race if they don't hurry up with doing something. Alright, on to Anaheim versus Vegas. This was not an exciting game. Probably the most exciting thing, other than the one goal, was Vegas was wearing a very bright gold colored helmet that I do not recall them ever wearing before. If I am incorrect on that, please let me know in the comments, because I do not recall them ever wearing this extremely bright gold helmet. It looked very weird to me. I felt like I was looking at the, for some of you who watched it back in the old days, the California Golden Seals, when they had the plain white painted skates. It just looked really quizzical and awful, but memorable at the same time. So I don't know what to tell you. It just looked weird to me. I didn't like it. I like their normal helmets personally, but it is what it is. And oh, by the way, they also got Alex Pietrangelo back in this game. But they lose 1-0 to Anaheim. Anaheim's second ever win in Vegas. It's happened. They've reached a 2. Oh my gosh. awful. But then again, it's kind of like Calgary playing Anaheim for the last 15 years. They've got one win in Anaheim in 15 years, including playoffs. Some teams just have other teams' numbers. It happens. Alright, so no scoring in the first, no scoring in the second. First goal came 12-18 into the third. Max Comtois 6th from Ricard Raquel and Cam Fowler. Comtois is looking good. He's already got career high in goals right there with his goal in 15 games, where last year he had 5 goals in I think 26 or 27 games. So keep that up. We need a little bit more from other people. Our guys had great chances in this game. There was one that it was a 2-on-1. Max Comtois went down with Isaac Lundestrom. Comtois did a saucer pass right to Lundestrom by himself. He out-deked Marc-Andre Fleury. And it wasn't even Marc-Andre Fleury purposely making this save, more than Lundestrom did a backhand shot that hit him right in the armpit and did not go past the line. It was on the line. It looked like it might have possibly gone a little bit over the line, but not fully over that line. It was an amazing save. I'm not saying anything against Fleury. I think it was more of one of those, it looked spectacular, but he sure as heck did not mean to do it. It was more so the guy who shot more than anything else. And I feel bad because Lundestrom finally just got his first 2 career goals. So, unfortunate for him, but it is what it is. When you're playing against someone like Marc-Andre Fleury, you got to be better than that. So, and also this 1-0 win for Gibson is tied him for second all-time in goaltending with 10 1-0 wins. The person in first place with that is Marc-Andre Fleury with 13 of those. He's done it in 17 seasons, where Gibson did 10 in 8 seasons. So if he keeps up with that pace, then he's going to just destroy Fleury's record right there. But a little fun tidbit there. But it'd be interesting to see if that happens against Fleury one day. We'll see. But Anaheim won this one 28-21. Or no, I'm sorry. They outshot Vegas 28-21. They did win it 1-0. But wow, they scored 28 goals. It's like playing NHL, the NHL games on like an Xbox or PlayStation. You can't score 28 goals in a real game anymore. I don't think you ever could. Faceoffs were 56-44 in favor of Anaheim. Power plays 0 for 2 for both teams. Penalty minutes 4 for Anaheim, 14 for Vegas. Yes, I know what you're saying. How does Anaheim get 2 penalties with Vegas getting 14 penalty minutes? It's because Jonathan Marchessault got a 10-minute misconduct because he took a, what was it, hooking or holding? I think it was a holding penalty. And about 20 seconds after they blew the whistle, he skated over and shot the puck down the other end of the ice in anger. So they gave him a 10-minute misconduct. I think that was in the second period. Was that in the first? That may have been in the first, late first. Hits were 39-26 in favor of Anaheim. Oh my god, they out-hit somebody. It's a miracle. Blocks were 25-12 in favor of Anaheim. They blocked a ton of shots. And giveaways, 5-3, Vegas with 5. My god, Anaheim did not lose that category too. What is happening right now? And Job Gibson had 21 saves for a shutout and the win. Marc-Andre Fleury, 27 saves, 964 save percentage. Looked amazingly good in this game too, on his own right. Alright, on to the last game for the night. San Jose versus LA. LA destroyed them 6-2 today. Scoring began 2:47 into the first. Anze Kopitar's 4th on the power play from Drew Doughty and Dustin Brown. 9:25 into the first. Carl Grundstrom scores his 3rd from Jared Anderson Dolan and Austin Strand. 12:42, Austin Wagner's 2nd from Tobias Bjornfoot. And at 16:25 of the first, Tomas Hertl scores his 4th from Nikolai Konishov. That's how they say it on the San Jose feed, so if it's wrong, blame them. From Mark-Edward Vlasic. Alright, then at 17:49 of the second, San Jose brings it within 1 goal, makes it 3-2. Tomas Hertl's 5th on the power play from Logan Couture and Erik Karlsson. I think that's Erik Karlsson's first point in about 5-6 games. Not a great start to a year for someone who's supposedly 100% healthy. At this point, he seemed like he did better the last 2 years not being healthy. Now, I said that he's probably going to go on a huge streak right now, but hey, it happens. Tomas Hertl, that's his first 2 goals since I think the 3rd game of their year. So it's good to see him scoring again. Then in the 3rd period, 4:51 in, Jarrett Anderson Dolan scores his 2nd of the year from Trevor Moore and Carl Grundstrom. I keep wanting to say Gunderstrom. It's Grundstrom. Then at 5:58 of the 3rd, Alex Iafalo's 3rd on the power play from Adrian Kempe and Drew Doughty. By the way, Drew Doughty played in this game. No major injury, they took him out as a precaution last game after he took that Brent Burns shot on the wrist. So, good to know he's okay. Then at 6:56 of the 3rd, Jeff Carter's 2nd on the power play from Andre Kopitar and Drew Doughty. Kopitar goal and assist, Doughty 3 assists, and Jarrett Anderson Dolan goal and assist. I think that's all your multi-point games right there. Yep. Oh, Tomas Hertl 2 goals. So, there you go. They were even in shots, 31 each. San Jose won the face-off dot, 60-40. Power plays 1 for 2 for San Jose, 3 for 6 for LA. It's not often you see San Jose. They were bad last year, but they were the best penalty kill last year, and they're still like 5th or 6th this year in the penalty kill. So they got a dang good penalty kill. To get 3, they definitely had an off night. I know 2 of them came in the 3rd period when they already were down, so it was like, okay. But still, 3 goals on their penalty kill, that's pretty good. 14 penalty minutes for San Jose, 6 for LA. Hits 23-15 in favor of San Jose. Blocks 9-5 in favor of LA. Both teams with 5 giveaways. Martin Jones started the game, 20 saves, 769 save percentage. Then Melnichuk is what they said his name was in the San Jose feed. 5 saves for 1,000 save percentage. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a start next game just because Jones is, let's be honest, he's awful. Just awful. Dubnyk hasn't done too bad this year, so give the kid a chance. What the hell's going to hurt? You going to lose again? Oh well. Life happens. I mean, they're not expected to be in the playoffs. I mean, there was a chance, and there still is. I mean, they're only, 4 points out of a playoff spot at this point? It's not that bad. So they still could sneak in. And Cal Peterson, 29 saves, 935 save percentage for the win. There you have it. That's all the games for today. I'm going to cut out here because this is already a long video, so sorry about that ahead of time. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you all next video. And make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.